Welcome to the Music with a Message series brought to you by the Seattle World Tour as part of our winter food drive and fundraiser. I'm Taylor Hart from Respect My Region, and today I'm sitting here with Claudine Magbag.
Hey, what's up?
Doing fantastic. How has this whole past year with the pandemic and the craziness been treating you?
Man, it's been pretty wild. I mean, just a lot of ups and downs, and just a lot of change, I guess. I don't know. Before all of this, I didn't really think much of it and how much would happen.
Right.
With 1 year, but I mean, I'm here.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot, so
For sure.
Yeah.
And you've stayed pretty actively busy throughout it as far as your artistry goes and what you've been working on. I know that you've done a couple of different live streams and released a couple of singles as well. So have you felt a surge of creativity through this, or have you felt more hindered and kind of just working on some of past material that you wrote?
I'd probably say maybe a mix of both.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely felt like I've had more time to push myself creatively, and just really focus on finishing ideas. But I guess the hard thing is, part of being an artist is you write from experiences that you live every day. And so when COVID's going on, you don't really have much to draw from that. But at the same time, I think because of COVID, we spent so much time with ourselves that we're kind of forced to learn and deal with that. So that's something that I've felt really inspired by, just learning about myself and trying to express that through music. So
do you think you've your sound as an artist has grown with you growing as a person as well through all of this?
Yeah, I would definitely say
Sure.
some of the new stuff that I've been putting out this past year is a lot different from my EP, which I released I think in June 2019. So yeah, I'm really getting into just trying to experiment with different sounds, between slow and just more upbeat and things like that. I don't know.
Yeah, Drive was pretty funky.
Yeah.
I like Drive a lot. And
Thanks.
you released that last fall, right?
Yeah, in
Yeah,
October.
Drive was really nice. And it contrasted well with, what was it, Highs and Lows that you just dropped?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice, difference in sound from you. But both were super, super good.
Yeah.
How was performing for, I know you did Refill live stream and you did the Fisherman Village live stream. How was performing for those through a pandemic like this?
It was a lot of fun. I would definitely say it's a lot different from performing live.
Yeah.
A lot harder when you don't have, people to interact with. And really just stepping into a venue and holding the stage down. It's a lot different, but I'm still really appreciative of being able to, share my art in that way. It's a little stressful. I think I bought a new SD card for a camera or whatever to get it filmed and everything because we had to film it on our own. But the SD card wasn't fast enough, so it would just cut through halfway.
Oh, no.
yeah. But we figured it out. It was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Definitely something that I learned from. So
For sure, yeah. You're super into photography, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you always kind of been into photography, or have you developed that recently?
I think ever since I was a kid, it was something that I used to do, even in high school. I don't know. I used to just mess around with my digital camera or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think when I turned 17, I got my first film camera, and so that's kind of just what I've been shooting lately. And it's been super nice to have during COVID to kind of just wrap my mind around things and just
For
have a hobby
sure.
or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite thing to shoot, or is it just kind of anything in the world that you see would make a good photo you capture?
Yeah, I don't know, just everyday life.
Everyday
really.
life
Yeah, I just
kind
taking, whatever's convenient with me to kind of just go and capture everything that I see kind of just daily. Yeah, I like shooting black and white.
that's cool.
And then outside of photography, I like shooting Super 8.
Yeah.
It's a lot more to get like processed, like, as far as the process, but it's a lot of fun. So,
Yeah. I like the nostalgic kind of feeling to it all too.
Yeah.
Same reason why I listen to vinyl all the time. It's just because I think it has like a warmer feeling to it and that more nostalgic feeling. So that's super rad. I wish that I like did more photography, but it's cool. So I see a lot of your photos and I like them a lot. So yeah, that's awesome to be like a well-rounded artist. And now, are you working on anything coming up for this year, or do you have any like live streams coming up for the year?
No live streams at the moment. But I am working on getting a few songs released this year, and then hopefully getting like a project together. Something like an EP and getting that out maybe this year or next year, just whatever works out for me creatively in the process of that. So
yeah. And now this is always the hard part for me, is transitioning into talking about some of the issues that we face in the community with COVID happening and whatnot. A lot of people, even now, are still unemployed and still facing a lot of problems with their housing, or haven't even been in a house for the past year, navigating through this. And so I just wanted to kind of see if you had any thoughts or any ideas as to how we as a community can kind of aid them and help these houseless people get back into a situation where they can be better on their feet.
Well, I definitely think that, fundraisers are super important for the community, just coming together and trying to support them in any way that we possibly can.
Yeah, the spread of spreading out the resources is definitely something that's been like a main theme that we've talked about a lot with a lot of people within the community and a lot of people throughout this series. The mutual aid aspect of it is hugely important, and in a time like this where it's hard to like get face to face together, I think the need to spread it online and through social media is
100%.
definitely the most important. Do you think that? Sorry, I just lost my train of thought.
No, it's okay. It's like a tough thing to kind of just wrap your mind around,
It is, especially because like on my way in, I'm going down through Westlake and Pioneer Square, and you see, there's tents lining up all of these streets, and so it's just like such a hard thing to see all the time. Do you think, like, we have all of these empty buildings now downtown from all these businesses moving out and people working remotely? Do you think that there's even a future of like those buildings being opened up to the homeless? Do you like to be able to live in there? Do you think that we could see a society where they renovate buildings to be more residential?
That's a solution that I want to happen
For sure.
and stuff. But with the way that the city handles things, it's like just a little upsetting to see that they're not doing more or trying to come together more to help the houseless people in this community. But I think that would be like a great solution to help these people, get on their feet. So
yeah. And especially because I see a lot of like children with these families, or just like a lot of youth and young adults who are around your age, who are struggling and who are suffering on the streets. It's just it's rough. And if you had any other final thoughts on the matter.
I think that art is like a really great creative outlet. It's helped me like through some really like tough times and stuff. Just it's really good for me mentally. And, like I hope that there could be more opportunities like that, but I guess it's just really, really hard with COVID, you know, not being able to like really gather as a community. But if you're like not in the position to, you know, participate in like large fundraisers, things like that, for me, what matters the most is just like the real like one-on-one encounters that you have with these people and treating them like people. I think there's like some sort of like weird energy that people like have this, like it's something to be ashamed of if you're houseless, but there's really no shame in that, and to just, you know, acknowledge them, treat them with like kindness, like respect and like love, you know, and if you can like help them out for the day, and if like, you know, you can't, just, you know, say what's up and, you know, send them like good energy. So
yeah. I mean, some of those people, it's not like they're unemployed, or it's not like they're, you know, they're just struggling through a hard time. So absolutely empathy towards those people, and just helping them any way possible is definitely a good way to go in moving forward in all of this. Yeah, wonderful. I think that's all I really have at this point, unless there was anything else that you wanted to include or plug in for yourself.
I just want to say shout out to Seattle World Tour for doing this thing. Respect My Region. Shout out to Rainier Valley Food Bank.
Shout them out. And the South King County Eastside COVID Mutual Aid Fund. They are amazing, and they really truly help out the community so much. So thank you for being a part of this, and helping to raise awareness and spread the word. We really appreciate it. So yeah.
Thank you for having me. So,
absolutely. Thanks.
Going 50